Thank you very much. It's great to be here at CPAC again. Tell me, y'all having a great conference? Are you ready to leave here and go out and make a difference for your country and your freedom? You know, in November's elections, we made a difference in this country. We really did make history. But I know that right now, it's the future that's on your minds. We as Americans are wary, we're despairing, and we're sad. Because so much that we care about, we see slipping away. I know you feel it. The threats are all around us. Russia's advancing. The Islamic State is consolidating power with beheadings, rapes, murders, and atrocities. They're carving a bloody trail that leads to our doorstep. They're already here. How much longer before the horrors that we've witnessed in Paris or in Copenhagen come to the supposedly gun-free zone of the Mall of America? Think about that. Or for that matter, the mall in your town, wherever you live. It's not if, it's just when. With fires breaking out around the world, is war on the horizon? As Americans, we feel vulnerable in other ways too. Our economy is staggering. Our debt is astronomical. Politicians, they look at you and they insist it's all okay. But I'll tell you this, I've been on the road for the past 2 months all over America, and everyone I talk to knows it's not okay. They see their freedoms taken away. You can't say this. You can't do that. And you know what? You can't ask why. If you do, you'll be shouted down, shamed, accused, audited, investigated, your motives condemned, and you'll be told to shut up. Our right to privacy is unlocked, analyzed, mined for data, cataloged, cross-referenced, and filed away for future use faster than you can say the words Big Brother. Freedom of speech is being smothered under everything from political correctness to blackouts on political speech during election campaigns. Freedom of religion faces cultural war, especially if you're not of the right religion. I'm not just talking about the Christians beheaded by Islamic jihadists this month. I'm not talking about Mosul, Iraq, where they beheaded children for simply being Christian. I'm not talking about the kosher deli in Paris, where people were gunned down for simply being Jewish. I'm talking about here at home, where if terrorists release a video of a mass murder of Christians called a message sign with blood to the nation of the cross, the leader of the free world refuses to even acknowledge their motive, their mission, or their movement. If so-called gun-free zones supposedly save lives, why doesn't Obama simply declare Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan to be one big, happy, gun-free zone? I mean, and have you heard about their latest, jobs for jihadists? I'm for bullets for jihad butchers. They can call us bitter clingers to guns and religion all they want, but they will never shake our faith in who we are and what we believe. Our society is changing. It's common now not to know your neighbors. Not long ago, kids were embarrassed if mom stood at the bus stop. Now, it's normal in our country. Even at home, you got to watch out for your kids. Hackers, identity thieves, and genuine monsters are just a click away. You tell me, is there any doubt that if someone or some group wants to, they can read your email, listen to your phone, or track your car? Really? Authorities tracking license plates of law-abiding citizens? Our health histories, our entire lives are available online, just waiting for someone to cash in on it all. And there's a sense that it's all become an inside game. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, the powerful take more power, Wall Street rocks and rolls, and even when they're caught lying and cheating and stealing and running our entire economy with a Ponzi scheme that's so big, even Bernie Madoff wouldn't have the spine to try it, nobody goes to jail. Everybody gets a pass, nothing changes, and the business of politics as usual goes on. They give speeches they know aren't true. They sign bills they don't read. And when the law blows up in their faces, they give themselves another pass. And the media, they're in on the con. They're on the gravy train. Today, you ask Americans, they'll tell you they don't trust the media. My question is, why would anybody, where could you find anyone who still believes the media? Folks, Brian Williams isn't the exception. He's exactly what they've taught us to expect from them. It's not journalism anymore. It's entertainment. It's celebrity. It's agendas, and it's money. And all too often now, a lie is an acceptable way of communicating. A lie has as much value as the truth. We can't trust government to tell us the truth. They've already shown us that. The government evidently doesn't trust us. Their surveillance and their oppression through a weaponized IRS just proves that. Yeah. And people, they don't look to this town for answers anymore. Our leaders lie to us. The media swear to it, as if their freedoms weren't under attack as well. But I've got news for the media. Your First Amendment right is not a license to kill the Second Amendment with lies. Your freedom is just as endangered, and your lies endanger us all. Every day, the media tells us we just need one more law, just one more gun ban, just one more restriction on the rights of law-abiding gun owners to prevent violent crime. The story they should be telling is how few of the laws already on the books are enforced against people who actually do us harm, armed, violent, dangerous criminals. Instead, politicians waste their time and your tax dollars pushing nanny state social schemes and gun laws that only disarm good people. In other words, not only do they refuse to protect us, but they also want to deny us the ability to protect ourselves. And every day of every year, innocent, good, defenseless people are beaten, bloodied, robbed, raped, and murdered as a direct result. Folks, when a criminal attacks, politicians aren't there to protect you. Laws can't protect you. And the media lies, they can't protect you either. You're on your own. But you know what can protect you when no one else can, when no one else will? the ironclad, absolute safeguard of the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms. You know, we live in a time when increasingly the most vulnerable group among us is American women. We fear for our moms. We fear for our wives, our sisters, and our daughters, because we know how exposed they are. They can be spied upon, stalked online, set up for attack through social media or through a kick-down door. How about empowering women to protect themselves by making them stronger? The NRA's Refuse to be a Victim program teaches women how to protect themselves with or without a gun. What if the New York Times or Hollywood celebrities or the anti-gun lobby, what have they done to empower women? All they've done is try to make women weaker by scaring them, shaming them, or flat out denying them the option of owning a gun for their own protection. You don't empower women by leaving them defenseless. And you don't strengthen a nation by taking away its freedoms. We live in a nation where our freedoms are increasingly vulnerable. From terrorists that are crossing our borders or embedded already in our communities, to the mentally ill who roam our streets, to a criminal class unleashed upon us by those who refuse to protect us. The failure and false-heartedness of those in charge of our safety are going to get more and more of us killed. Let's face the truth right now. We individually are in charge of our own security. We are in charge of our own family's security. And along with law enforcement, we're in charge of our neighborhoods, our schools, our towns, our cities, wherever we live. Over the past 25 years, while dozens of states have restored the right to carry a gun, violent crime has fallen to the lowest level in decades. You don't hear that in the media, do you? Nope, you're not going to turn on the evening news and hear that. But too many states refuse to recognize right-to-carry permits that are issued by other states. And honest, good, peaceful people often go to jail as a result. Law-abiding right-to-carry permit holders don't pose a threat to anybody except the bad guys. Good guys shouldn't be forced to break the law to exercise their God-given constitutional right to protect themselves and their families. It's time for Congress to act, pass national right to carry reciprocity for the entire United States, and pass it today. Even if you don't own a gun or don't care about the right to do so, if you care about your freedoms in any of its forms, you belong in the National Rifle Association. Why? Just look at history. Over the past decades, by every measure, the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms has gotten stronger than ever, even as our other freedoms have been slowly, progressively diminished. The credit for rescuing firearm freedoms goes to the 5 million members of the National Rifle Association. Those 5 million members share something really important in common. We share a determination to stand up, speak out, throw the liars out of office, shield the innocent from the lawless, and defend all the freedoms that we hold dear. So I challenge you, tell me where you find people like that, who are absolutely determined to turn this country in a different, freer, and better direction. We talk hard truth. We stand on principle. We never waver. We fight, and you know we win. We are Charlton Heston vowing from my cold, dead hands. I hear people say to me all the time, Wayne, what the First Amendment needs is its own National Rifle Association. I hear them say what the economy needs is its own NRA. And what our nation's military and police deserve is their own NRA. They're all saying, here's what they're saying. They're saying we need someone to stand up for the things we care about and consider most valuable in our lives. For the NRA, that always includes our firearms and our freedom to own them. But to defend firearm freedom, we need more than just firearms freedom. One right depends on another. They're all cut from the same cloth of what it means to be free people. So the NRA fights for freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and the right to privacy, too. We fight for the entire Bill of Rights because it's all connected. Where do you think America's safest place is? In the news media? The New York Times? MSNBC? One of the political parties? How about 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? The safest place for American freedom is the National Rifle Association. The safest place for American freedom is in the hearts of our members. So take back our country from the liars, the cheats, the press, and the political elites who want to take away our ability to define our own destiny. Join us. Join the NRA. We truly are freedom's safest place. Thank you very much. Thank you.